There you go.
Okay. All right. So we are coming off of a ton of action in June.
Yes. Amazing. Fun.
That was kind of like the old month ends that it was nonstop action until the final second. So
yes.
I think that it was different for a lot of people because a lot of people haven't had action like that in a while. But I think what we need to strategize is how we take that momentum, continue the momentum, and then I love the talk that people were having about front loading the month, especially in months like this where you have that momentum going. Because what we hear over and over is when people kind of take their foot off the gas, then it starts to pull back again and it's not as easy to get it moving again. So once we have it moving, we definitely want to keep it moving. So I know some of the groups started talking about the Lemonade and Axio stuff. Are you guys familiar with what they're doing with that? Lemonade, Axio, and NRF2 as kind of like the yellow bundle.
Yeah,
So,
it was touched on a little bit, like what could yellow do for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great campaign.
yeah.
Where was that talked about? I haven't been on any calls that talked about that.
It wasn't a call. I guess
saw
we
Leslie
mentioned-
did a
I think
few
we
things.
mentioned it
Yes.
last week.
Yeah, it was in one
but-
person. She'd posted.
and there was a lot of traction on there.
And she put a lot of different social media assets forward as well.
Yeah.
So definitely search through on one person, but basically the premise of it was, just a simple bundle that gets them both on NRF2 activator and capitalizes on the success.
Oh my
that
God, I
we're
love
having
it.
with Lemonade. And so just it's $100 bundle. So it's not like it's super expensive, but it is a higher price point than what our average order is. So that's nice as well too. But I think the easiest thing for people to keep momentum going is to continue with kind of what was crushing it at the end of last month, was the focus on the new products, the body care, and also the Axio, because we're not seeing it die down. The excitement's still there. And we're what, 3 weeks past the launch of Lemonade, and I still have not heard one negative comment about it at all.
I know, it's so good.
It's the most amazing, positive product that we've ever had. Like, you don't have that random person that's like, I can't take it because I had explosive diarrhea.
And
Just random things that they with something, that has no cause to it.
And I definitely recommend you guys sending 1 or 2 samples out to people of like red raspberry or strawberry or something to people that got Lemonade, because even people that have been customers or distributors of mine for years, now that they tried the Lemonade and added in the raspberry and whatnot, they're like, I'm getting texts like they're freaking out. So, and that it's another upsell, but then they're starting to tell people they're at the lake and they're having people try it. Like my dad had people over here the other night and he mixed them up somebody that just stopped by.
Yeah. And I think the Axio, I saw Issa was asking if it's almost sold out. I don't think that they're even at 50% yet. I think it's around 40% if I had to guess. So there is supply. People can still get it for a little bit, but
They wanted to get us through the summer, but I don't know if we're going to get through the summer, but that was
Yeah.
their hope.
And again, it's going to be one of those things that even though we have all of this positivity around it, once they make the decision to bring it back, it's still a 6-month delay before people can have it. So I think really educating people that have had it on the fact of, now's the time. If this is going to be a staple for you, we want to get you some. But
Load up. Yeah.
Tanya, did you get the envelope that Gloria is sending to people?
Yeah, just yesterday.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, crazy good.
I have no idea where she got it, but she has an envelope that basically educates somebody on Axio. And so she's sending out like sticks. And like for us, she just put in 1 stick to kind of show us how she was doing it. But the information is actually on the back of the envelope.
So even the postman can get educated.
Who's doing
Yep.
that?
Gloria Brinker, the mayor of Holdingford, Minnesota.
Like her envelope,
Is-
literally, this is the back of it. And like, oh,
Awesome.
crazy.
Turn it this way.
Okay, so is she selling those?
I know, right?
Yeah, I will
We
have
don't
to
know.
reach
She
out.
mailed it to us, then
Yeah.
mailed Tanya one, so we'll have to get the details.
I had it in my head to ask her if she was going
Awesome.
to be on. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. And especially like Michelle is saying is we've got to almost cross pollinate people with lemonade to the other flavors as well. And people love strawberry and grape. And so that's an easy transition as well too, to get them onto permanent products that are there.
Yeah, especially
Um,
when it's gone, we want them to stay on it.
And the biggest dip that I see when we have major months like we just had is when we don't have people on subscription, right? And so I was kind of looking back last week over the subscriptions on the new people that were coming in at the end. And it wasn't all off of subscription, but I would guess that a lot of them were taken off of subscription and they were just put on subscription to get lower pricing. So I would definitely encourage your team to be following up with all of these new people. And it's actually a lot of the leaders. So it's really talking to us. But, you know, now that they've gotten the products and they've tried it a little bit, is again, cross-selling them into something else. Like maybe they got the beauty serum and they're in love with that. So maybe this month we're adding on, you know, the body rub or something like that, where we're not having this huge drop down because it was one-time volume, right?
So those
any-
people, all of my 15 new obviously were all body care that
Yep.
were put on subscription and taken off for the
Yep.
discount. So how would you guys reach out to them and tell them? I mean, because they're so excited about Botox in a bottle. Like at family
Yeah.
4th of July, I had like 3 of my aunts like, I need whatever it is you're talking about. Can you send me a link?
Love it.
So how are you guys thinking you're going to transition to something that's more monthly, like educating them on NRF2, or has anyone thought through that?
I would start with the follow-up to them receiving the product and their initial thoughts, just to open up the dialogue and the conversation. Because I think that's what's going to lead it into something else is, you know, I know you're in love with this, you know, let's look at, yeah, Issa saying the skincare. And some of those aren't necessarily, I don't know, how long does the serum, have you gone through a bottle?
I have.
One bottle?
I'm on my
Yes.
second bottle and I use it twice a day and sometimes a little more if I wash my face again, like 3 times or something.
Yeah, me too.
I faithfully
I'm the
use it
worst.
twice. a day.
I am the worst promoter of skincare anything because I'm not even a quarter of the way through my first bottle. I ordered more. It's like, oh my word. I can't, so I'm not a
So-
good indicator of how fast or how long a bottle is gonna last somebody.
And you can set people up, Jill, on and we don't necessarily want to encourage this across the board, but you can set people up where, let's say, every 3rd month they're getting the serum, and then month 2 they're getting, you know, body rub if they're not using a ton of it as well. Or like Issa was saying, some of the face, the skin line, like maybe it's a rotation. They have 3 different auto ships that are set up, but it's different products each month, and you're just pushing off that auto ship. I don't know. Because my mom's the same way as you. Like she can make a skincare set last 3 months, where Michelle, it's like 3 days. 3.5,
I like that
3.5,
idea.
right?
Spreading it out.
But I think the biggest thing is following up with them and then just starting that conversation of let's, you know, try product number 2 now, so you can see what that's like.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys heard the motivational call yesterday, but what's her name? The chiropractor that spoke last. How she
Jessica Bueller.
Yeah, Jessica, how she literally had one-liners for each product And she was like, it's a paragraph, but she's excited about it all. And people want to just know the information. So it's fine. And she was just truthful about it all. And I
Every-
would want to know that from a friend that was selling stuff.
Everybody needs some body butter. Although I'm not
Wow.
allowed to use it.
Whatever.
She still has it hidden.
Whatever.
Just saying.
Like you've tried. Tanya.
Okay, so we have EA coming up as well. So obviously there could be a last push to get people there.
But just so everybody knows, we don't know of anything specific that's happening.
no,
So don't plan on like a big promotion of product. Don't plan on anything. Like we literally, I think they're doing the big stuff for global
They are.
because yeah.
and they had a few things, and then everything's really being centered around global because it can be in person again. So I think we're going to have to get creative coming out of it with what is our action items and what are our marching orders coming out, and just get super dialed in on how we want to push the rest of July with these different promos, or if we want to offer, some kind of fun thing to do. The other thing that we're going to start next week on the Sunday calls is it's going to be a little bit different format. We're going to do a 15-week run on some Grant Cardone stuff that we've been learning, just on, I would call it personal development and mindset, really. So we're going to run through on the Sunday
And
night
clarity and goals
calls
in life.
a structured 15-week program. So next Monday night, we will kind of just have it as a intro, a setup call. There isn't a ton of stuff other than highlighting what it is, what the program, is intending to do. And then it's going to go
them
through
prepared.
different things like goal setting, visualization, breaking through mindset barriers, which they refer to as
Lids.
lifting the lids. And each week we're going to have, these different topics that build upon each other. And then we're going to encourage people to have some sort of takeaway homework that they're doing in between the sessions, so that they can really, dial it in for how it relates to them, not only in their business, but in their personal life as well too. So I think it's going to be a really cool run that we'll have basically from EA, the end of EA, up until global. Like it's about the exact same time frame that we'll be running this. So super excited about that.
Yeah, so I would, while you're promoting this to your teams, cast a vision as well to them. What do you want? Where do you want to be by the time that you're, at convention? Where do you want to be in life? Just start getting them thinking and dreaming. Don't just mention, we're going to be doing this thing for 15 weeks. It's going to be really cool. We'll talk about goals and clarity and, we might 10x your life and 10x your business. But really, get them dedicated and wanting to show up to the call. I don't know if, those of you that have worked on anything specific, Isa or, Tanya or whatnot, if there's anything that you want to, just takeaways, right? Where you're getting more clear on things and how maybe that impacts you when you do that. So just think about that. We want these calls to not be 40 people, right? We want people to really, really get there and not want to miss it. Like they're going to rearrange because they're not going to want to miss that week. They're going to want to be on live. So let's really, really promote the heck out of those. But going back to EA, you guys, hopefully you saw my Telegram group for everybody. If you haven't seen it, make sure it's in one person. And then I put it in the announcements, and then I did post it yesterday for EA Telegram group for this weekend. So that is there as well. Anything else on that?
Nope.
Okay.
And that's for Monday night, not Sunday, right? Sean just said Sunday a couple times. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so used to doing it Sundays. Yeah, the Monday night call. the team
Okay,
call.
got it.
So that 30-minute
Sorry.
session will just, we'll transition it from the current format to just kind of a 15-week.
All
learning.
in.
Yeah. Yep.
Guys,
I
does,
just-
go ahead.
No, I was just on a training for MPW with Elena Cardone, so I'm really excited. God, she's amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. Excited for this.
Yeah, she's
This will be
super.
great.
Yay, 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 yay.
Yeah.
So
Does anyone know about the app challenge, you guys?
in
Does
regards
anyone
to what?
know, like, it looks like, all the information cleared out, but I had heard that it was going to continue. And I know that I had some team members that really embraced it. So has anyone heard anything? Like, do we just go ahead and set up teams again and continue?
I have not heard
I'll
anything.
So
message
I think the
Melissa.
people that heard that it was gonna continue were people that were speaking to certain people, because I never. heard
Gotcha.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe I missed an announcement of some sort, but we'll be right after this, so I'll ask that question.
Okay.
Oh,
But-
can I, oh, go ahead, sorry.
But I
I'll
think
have
that,
your hand up.
go ahead.
No, go
Marisa.
ahead and then I'll talk, I'll just keep flowing and then I'll come back.
Go ahead.
Okay. You have FAB and I just was wondering, if there's any way we can get that blueprint book back and talk about that topic to come into those platinum packs and gold packs. And I know they're going to talk about it being paper and a waste, but I just think it is such, when somebody gets that platinum or gold pack, there's nothing in there instructing them. What if we had the ITT guide in there? What if we had the 7 core principles? Like I had Lynette speak on our call that they've adopted, she talked about in the mastermind call last week. Because that really sets people up for starting this business right. And here's what you do. And here's the memory jogger. It's just, everything was right there. And maybe a little pocket so that we can put, the insert page of the other team calls that are specific to our teams. I loved my blueprint. I still have my blueprint.
Yeah, I do too.
And it just, I'm getting ready to create my own type of brochure, like a booklet, because we just don't have it. And I think a new distributor can feel, I know we're not supposed to use the words overwhelmed, but they can. We've been involved for so long, and we've seen it from a very simple system to what we're trying to have is a simple system, but there's a lot of more product out there, and there's a lot more ways of communicating. Even if people knew to download Telegram, that could be up, resources of communication,
That should be,
WhatsApp.
that's on the launch guide.
Yeah, okay. But I just think it would be like to have a blueprint book. I was talking to Maria about it too this weekend. She agreed. So I don't know, maybe you all have that conversation, but see what corporate would think about doing that again. It was powerful. It had
Yeah.
invites, it had, what you do the first 24 hours. And, I think the ITT guy's fine, but it's a piece of loose paper.
Right. Did Gloria, sorry to be quick, I just wanted to see it. Did Gloria just jump on to share the packet? Yeah, did you message her, Tanya? Okay, sorry to make that quick, Marisa. I saw Gloria pop on, so that was my guess. Hi, Gloria. You're muted, gorgeous.
No.
Can you unmute? There we
Sorry,
go.
were you talking to me?
Nope, to Gloria. Go for it, Gloria. You're good.
What? I'm not really sure. I just popped on only because my client came early and now he left and I just popped on. So I don't really know what I was just going to watch. What are you needing from me? Or what?
Oh,
I don't really
We
know.
were
Bragging about you.
at the very beginning of the call, we were talking about the envelopes that you're sending.
Oh, yes.
So tell us,
tell us
fill
all
in.
about them.
Where'd
Where
you-
do you get them? How often do you do it? Tell us your whole.
Well, this is the first time that I did it.
Okay,
I designed it myself.
nice.
On Vistaprint. And so I sent it out to just my own personally enrolled members. So not like my whole downline, but just the person enrolled. And so I can't remember because I sent one to Michelle and Tanya, Sean and Michelle and Tanya, just to show you, just to send it to you and say
Yes.
thank you. But I put 2 different ones in there depending on, like if the person is no longer ordering, then it says, you know, give me a call, whatever. And I don't, did you guys get that one or did I only send you? Okay, did you get both of them?
No.
Both little slips or just one?
I got one.
Oh, I got both.
Okay. So, so anyway, so it's basically, it's the same envelope, it's the same Axio, it's the same information card about, you know, the digestive health and also Nerve 2. But then that little piece of paper that's in there, the green one says, I want to thank you for, you know, continuing to order whatever through LifeVantage, whatever it was. And then I had a different one that was printed up that said, I miss you, give me a call or something. And then it says, although you used to be active in LifeVantage, you're no longer active. I'm with it, but just to let you know, I am still active with LifeVantage, and that we have new gut health, new skincare health, new those kinds of things. And if you need more information about it, then give me a call. But in the meantime, enjoy this sample of Axio Complete Healthy Brain Food or something. So this is the first time that I ever sent them out. Okay, so
Amazing.
And so, what's that?
So it's amazing.
Yeah. So one of my clients who came, then she's like, Gloria, I can't throw the envelope away because there's so much information on there. So she put the envelope in like her stack of, or a file, keep this information, keep this health information. So that was kind of cool. And then
Awesome.
although it's an expense to send it out, right? I mean, it cost me to get them printed. It cost me to send them out, cost me to, you know, get the stamps on and go out there. I've already had one client that has reached out that has not ordered in 2.5 years. And she said she wants to start going again. So just with that, it pretty, you know, when I figured out, it's like, okay, if she gets going on the basic, the ProBio, the Nerve 2, the Omegas, that kind of stuff. And as a new person, because she hasn't ordered for 2.5 years, she can be a new person, correct? Re-enroll her as a new person. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that would
Make
actually,
sure you do that.
that would actually pay for almost 50% of what I spent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I've also had some other people that hadn't been doing the Axio, they've been doing other things. So they've added to their order. So I would say, although it was costly to send it out, I do believe it's already recouped. And
Nice.
then also just important to be grateful and thankful for those people that are ordering.
Totally.
You know, and when I looked in my downline, I'm like, if I could just reignite the people that I already know are interested in health and wellness and reignite them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's already a connection. So if I could just reignite them and get them all to spend $100 a month, well, then I would be a Pro 6 probably. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't
Totally.
need to look for, sometimes you don't need to relook for people. You just need to rekindle that fire of health.
Like these
100%.
little notes glow. Like
That's
these
what I
are
mean.
things that we
Okay, so
could
you
type
did
up.
get both of them. Can you
Yeah, but
read
these
them,
are-
Tanya? Because I don't have them with me. Can you read what I sent out to the green people?
Green
I
said,
love it.
well, first of all, you guys, I'll post the pictures of these in Beautiful
Yeah.
Leaders, but her long envelope, it's like a legal size envelope. And it says on one side, it says, thank you for saying yes to LifeVantage. And on the other side, it says a little gift for you. And then the entire back side is all about educating on Axio. So I was like super careful opening that envelope because I wanted it too. But then what's easy is these, you could print these on one sheet of paper and cut them up. And that's something that can be more cost effective. And she just had a little note that says, thank you, with appreciation and saying yes to LifeVantage and all the wonderful products we have. Please reach out with any questions you may have. But for now, enjoy this little gift of Axio, yummy, yummy brain food. And then her information. And then she you can write a personal note on the back. It's so
Amazing.
good, Gloria.
But can you read the yellow one? Because the green one is for the people who are presently ordering, and then the yellow one is for those that are no longer ordering.
The yellow one says, missed you, give me a call. Hello, I know it's been a while since we've connected through LifeVantage. I just wanted you to know that I'm still a part of the LifeVantage family and that we've added even more fabulous products to our line, including cellular health, hair and skincare, and gut health. Feel free to reach out, but in the meantime, enjoy some Axio, the ultimate brain food.
Yep. So it was simple.
So
it was
good.
like, anyway, so that's all.
So
Job.
good, girl. So good.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, thank you, Tanya, for posting. We are still at my parents', so I don't have the stuff here right now.
Yep. And so that hits two of the things that we talk about with every launch or, you know, reactivating databases is win back the old, right? That's exactly what she's doing with one of those. And then upsell the current is what she's doing with the other one.
Mhm.
So there's always those, you know, strategies that we're trying to incorporate into what we're doing.
Mhm. And then now I will use that same format to send out to new members. You know what I mean? I
Cool.
can use the same envelope, the same digestive health thing, the same, I'll just change the note or something.
Right.
Or I could use that same green note. I'm talking for like new enrollees.
How
So
much did
that's
you
my-
spend, if you don't mind?
How much did well, it cost me 75 cents to send it out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The stamp
Yep.
to send it out. So I went through Vistaprint, but I can't remember because a lot of times I have coupons for 40% off for
Yeah.
Vistaprint, you know?
Yeah, they always have
and
deals.
yeah, so I can't really remember those little tear off. They were actually tear off sheets is what they are. They're little tear off, you know. So I think those were I you know, I would have to look. I can't remember
No problem.
what they ended up being.
I was just curious if you knew on the top of your head.
Mm-mm. But it was obviously worth it because like I said, there are
Totally.
people that are ordering Axio now that didn't order
That wouldn't
Axio
have.
before.
Yeah.
100%.
I love it.
And then a person who actually will be re-enrolling. So
And that
Yes.
envelope, you designed the envelope on Vistaprint also?
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what I do with my team is I actually have my own personal Vistaprint page that I use for my own personal business. And then I actually have a LifeVantage one. And I give my whole downline for that one, I use my healthyglow@hotmail.com email. And then I give them the password and any of them can log on and purchase them. And they just
That's
go on.
so
they-
great.
and they change their information, even business cards and everything. I always give them. And so if anybody wants to teach a class, they can go on there and there's one on there. And then they just change their information on it and they order their own.
Hmm.
That's, you know,
So good.
Gloria,
So
you need to be on here more, stinker.
that's only because my client left. So I'm like, oh, I can hop on. And then I didn't realize I was going to share about the envelope. But anyway, here
I saw
am.
you pop on. I'm like, oh, I bet Tanya asked her if she could pop on really quick.
Yeah, that's total by chance because I literally text her.
Oh, now I do.
Oh.
Now I see your text. Look, everyone's.
Oh, she didn't even see the
That
text.
was because of me.
That's
Oh, dear
awesome.
me.
I love it.
Oh,
I
Throw
love
it
it.
out to the universe and it happens.
Evidently, exactly.
So getting back to Marissa's on the printed material. So I know Darren and Ryan, they wanted zero stuff printed. They wanted everything digital. I don't know, you know, exactly what Jesse's beliefs are on that, but any of that feedback I would get to Jesse, I would get to your account managers, I'd get to your field development managers. One of the ideas that they've been thinking about doing, because we do have to embrace technology. We can't just make excuses that, you know, people aren't on Facebook or, you know, this person doesn't do that, this person doesn't do this, because there's some really cool things technology wise we can do. And so one of the things that they're thinking about doing is incorporating QR codes into the packaging, because then it's not something that has to be stuffed. It can be exactly like what Gloria's doing is, you know, scan this code for blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it will allow you to have a direct, you know, pull up to information that way. And then they can also, you know, switch out what it is depending on what's going out. So I know that they're looking at different ways to get people information. I just don't know, you know, how much they're willing to go back to anything printed. But again, communicate to.
Definitely let them know, because they listen, you guys. They totally listen. And I know what you're saying, Marisa, in the sense of feeling it, having it. I'm a person that, you know, I still have mine as well. And there's something powerful about bringing it with you, adding to it, all of that. I do know it's kind of hard to go backwards in some of that because it is so expensive. I mean, people want stuff put into, you know, the boxes with product. And just one piece of, you know, it's not even just the paper handling and putting it into the box, it's getting the people to do it. I mean, it's just like, we hear about it all the time, how much the cost increases just by one piece of paper.
Yeah, they told us pretty much anything that the shipping department touches is $1. So if you want to add in information on Axio, that's a flyer into every single customer, it's $1 extra for
Per box.
every box. So the costs get quite extraordinary pretty quick.
And then I have Brandon in the back of my head always saying, if we want something, then
Just
the
do it.
company's job is to pay on time and ship products out. So, you know, but I totally feel you and hear you because I love that stuff. I think some of the stuff that they had before just kind of got pushed to the side, but just even having that one little booklet is great.
I mean, this isn't the booklet, the blueprint, but just like with Gloria, what Gloria said too, like taking the time, people love it when they get those handwritten notes.
Yeah.
They love a sample. When I sit with people, I mean, they love it if I have a catalog, like to look through the catalog and like see it and touch the pages, like
Right.
it goes a long way.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Hi, Amy, welcome. So I wrote that down, Marisa. The other thing too, I want you guys to know, and Leslie, I think will be on tonight to speak for a few minutes. So I'll have a lot to talk about tonight. So please, please, please heavily promote private text. Get everybody on the call tonight because there's going to be a lot of information because we want people armed and ready before EA to know what they're going to be expecting on Monday for next week. So Leslie's going to be doing, what'd she say, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
I think a 6-week social media. A lot of people just keep coming to her for social media help and whatnot. So she's going to do basically a boot camp or a mastermind and really give some strong teaching on it. So she's going to give those details. She does want it to be if you want in, then you need to have 1 bottle of Protandim sold. So like the prerequisite to get into that is 1 bottle of Protandim sold. So she'll talk about that tonight. But I mean, we just got a text from one of your guys' distributors just a little bit ago, just asking again about social media, I mean, it's just a constant. So I think it's wonderful. I think it's a gift that she's taking the time, not just to do it for her team, because she does stuff, you know, different things for them, but to do it for all of us and our teams. So to learn more about it, you guys, just make sure that your people are on tonight. They don't have to do it. Nobody has to do it, but there are people that are definitely hungry and want some more help with that. So she'll start it right after EA, but we want to get everything set up this week and people ready to go and in the understanding of it.
2 other things that you may or may not have heard yet. Philippines is reopening. I don't have a date on when it's actually opening. They don't know what products are all going to be available. They don't know compensation plan structure yet. So it's not like it's going to open up tomorrow, but know that it is in the works. They have a physical office that they're finishing out as well too. So keep in mind if you have people that have been wanting that market back, that it is coming. And then
I was just going to say it's actively coming. I mean, there's
Yeah,
a lot
it'll
of
be
stuff
soon.
happening and there's calls, there's launch calls going on. I mean, it's heavily discussed.
The other thing that you may or may not have seen is an expansion for the customer base to markets that were not open in. Some of you, when you log into your back office, you might see that you're part of a beta group. At the top, it would say something to the effect of shipping global shipping or something, global commerce or something like that. So what they're doing right now is they've got a partnership with another company where basically, here's how I understand the process to work. So you would enter in, let's say somebody in South Africa. So you would enter them in as a customer, but you're getting a shipping address to a PO box in somewhere in Florida at this distribution center. Every single PO box is specific to that customer's order. So that customer ID, anything that gets sent to that PO box is then going to be reshipped from that Florida office or wherever the company that they finally decided to go with is. Then it would go to whatever address that they want in, say, Johannesburg. Okay. How the process, the last time that I heard it explained works is they sign up to be a customer of this third-party vendor. And so they pay a fee directly to that third-party company to have it reshipped to them. And it's going to open up the ability to send pretty much every product that the US market has to almost anywhere in the world. So
It's big.
the reason they didn't do a full launch on it is because there's a lot of moving parts that they need to truly understand and work through any of the pitfalls in doing it to make it a successful launch to the entire company. So right now it's a beta test for a certain segment of LifeVantage, and then as that works, then they'll expand it out. But
Do we
know
know
that that's
the cost to the customer on that, like the increased cost to the customer on that? Because I have a ton of people.
it'll vary from person to person. Like it's different to ship to Australia than Spain. It's different to, it's just going to depend on where it's being reshipped to. But
Okay,
these
will it let
guys,
them know?
yeah,
We don't know all the details yet.
no,
Even.
we don't, but it's not going to be like it's $7.
Right.
It'll depend on where it's going. But the benefit of doing this is LifeVantage would never have the quantity to get the discounts on what stuff is. And an example of that would be when I worked for Citigroup, I could overnight stuff that would cost me like $4 or $5. And if I was personally sending it, it would cost 10 times that, because they do such mass quantity of shipping stuff. They get these huge discounts with freighting stuff and, planes and stuff like that. So it will be way, way reduced compared to anything that we would be able to do on our own, or even what LifeVantage would be able to do on their own. So it'll be a cool program. Don't have a ton of details on it, but know that it's being beta tested if you hear about it. And then as we get more information, we'll definitely let you guys know the details on it, because I think it'll also be a big thing. And I think it's going to be one of those ways that they find out which markets are really hot markets for us to open up down the road.
Yeah. I'm just so grateful I get people from Norway doing it. We try to figure, everybody's got different places. So it's exciting. But again, don't plan for it to be perfect and us to know everything right now. We're just grateful that we have this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
I got lots of notes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Go for
guys
it.
need any info on the 5 for 500 challenge or no?
Oh, I was gonna mention, well, that's more for tonight, but again, if you guys haven't seen it, I think, well, all of you guys have. If you haven't seen it, I'm not adding your people in, you guys, unless they put it onto Facebook and I just by chance see it. And if I by chance see it, I'll let you know before, if I see that you haven't added them yet. But again, this is not something that we are just adding in people. We want people to want this. And I told all these guys, Marisa is doing her team, since she's got a huge team, and is going to keep it real intimate in that area. And so is there anything else that you want to add, Marisa?
Just, it's very simple. I can copy and paste my rule notes. And it's just simple. You You post a customer, hey, you got a customer today, how you got them? That's the tip.
Yep.
And then we all celebrate. That's it. Then you copy and paste, you keep a running tally. So right now you can go to my Facebook Messenger group and you would see there's 5 people and who's gotten, 1 customer, 2 customers. And then when they get, let's say somebody like Isa gets somebody, she's going to copy and paste that, put it in her notes of her phone or her computer, wherever, whatever works, write her name, make sure her name's already there. So she'll add another tally. She'll take that, copy it and put it back into the Facebook group. So there's always a running total.
Say that
At
one
by
more
the-
time. I didn't
Okay.
get that.
Right. So what you do is we have, how instead of like going, oh, I got a customer, and you're having to scroll through to see who got what to tally, we have one tally. So it's just like a text message and it's got Isa's name and Melanie's name and my name and Jolene's name and somebody else. And then let's say, so Mark Johnson gets a customer. He's going to copy that little text message, right? That has the people's names on it with how many they've earned. He's going to post it in his notes. He's going to paste it in his notes of phone, iPad, whatever, computer. He'll write his name down and he'll put 1 customer, or maybe it's a distributor. Then he's going to copy that and he's going to paste it into the Facebook Messenger group. So now we have, an update. So it's constantly updated each day.
Cool.
As soon as somebody gets somebody, it's always, and then, so no negative posts.
Yep.
No, I've struggled, somebody hung up on me, nothing like that. It's real clean. That's the key, is to keep it real clean and simple. And that's why Lynette said, you don't want more than 15 or 20 people really on this group, because it's just going to get a little overwhelming. Do what you want. But, she said, I would just keep it real clean. So it's a good opportunity for people to run with their teams if they have a big enough team. And if not, then you go in several groups.
And you
So-
should be able to, without utilizing notes or taking it off the platform, you should be able to hold down on the current one and copy it and then just paste it right into the text chat and make the alteration right there.
The text chat, what do you mean the text chat?
The messenger chat. Like why do they need to move it to notes?
Because you can't write on it.
You can,
once
I just did it.
You just copy it.
So if you like, let's say I'm in this one right here. I don't think I have one with you, but anyway, if I hold it down, click on it, there's at the very bottom of my phone, it says reply, forward, or more. When you click
Mhm.
more, it allows you to copy it.
Right?
So as soon as you copy it, then you just paste it as if you're writing. And then you could
Add
add yours or change your number.
You would copy it and paste it in that same group and it'll allow you to write on it?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So just hold down on whatever you're wanting to copy. And then it should give you the 3 options of reply, forward, or more. When you click more, it's remove, report, or copy, and just copy it. And then paste it into the text box.
And then it allows me to write on that from there.
Yeah, you can edit it however you want.
Okay, learn something new every day.
every day, every minute.
So have you been having good what's that?
Even Lynette Cunningham must not have known that because she was saying copy it and put it in your notes, which I did. It's easy to do,
Well, I don't
but
think she wasn't in charge of that group though, right?
no.
Yeah. So it's just learning and doing. Yeah. What were you asking?
I was just gonna say, are you having good participation and activity in it?
Yeah, so I was looking today, there's, it was a holiday, right? So
Right.
the holiday was kind of slow, but yes, I do have people, and I love that Melanie Wakeland's in there because she's already earned Performance Club. Danny Stutzel's participating, Jolene, Gina. I've got about 15 people, Gina, Isa, Mark Johnson, Sean Johnson. So as far as people
Awesome.
who've actually done it, or have shown up, and it's early in the month, is Isa, Gina, Jolene,
Yeah, I
Melanie,
see it
Danny,
in.
and me. Yeah.
So it's all good. And it's been a holiday, so, now people are coming off the holiday and ready to get back.
Ready to go. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I love it. Well, we definitely want to keep it simple and not overwhelming in those groups and this, the celebrations. I was just saying to Sean yesterday, we have to make sure that it doesn't get super chatty because people want to help, but we don't want to have too much chat going to.
Exactly. Keep it real clean. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned at the very beginning, the rules. That's
Yeah.
like first text is the rules. And then you have a chance to have a one-on-one train or, an intimate training with Carrie and Stu. And then I will also offer for those that get 3 or more shares are going to be put in a pool. And then I'll raffle off probably like body butter or something, or the body soak, the limited time offer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you could do lemonade, Axia, you could do whatever you want.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, I forgot about I should ask quantities on the bath soap.
Yeah. How many left?
Yeah, I need to make an order today on that.
Yep. So we got lots of cool, products that engage databases with.
I get a little nervous right now. I'm looking at my numbers. I go, oh, they're not where they were last month.
Well, okay. So
What?
immediately go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say what drives the result.
Momentum, continual activity.
Activity, action.
And
Yep.
what happened at the beginning of last month?
What happened at the beginning of last month?
Mm-hmm.
Why were your numbers high?
Well, we had Axio.
No.
Oh, the body care. I mean, the body care.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can't compare that.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I'm
if they're
just
doing
ready
the
for it
same-
to
I
be
mean,
like,
you
they're
can.
doing the
you
same
can.
action.
I'm just ready for it to.
Yes. That's why we have to have these specifics.
Yep.
Focus. Yeah. Clarity.
Especially coming out of EA.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
have
by
a
the way,
thought.
for Tanya, you have an Arizona distributor?
Beth
Tanya?
Gustafson lives there.
Okay, so tomorrow night, I'm having a meeting at my house. Dr. Brimhall will be here. Danny Stetzel, Dr. Amy Dirk, Sean Johnson, Isa's going to present the skincare, body care, hair care. So if you wonder if she wants to come over, it's a wellness and wine event, 6:15 p.m. Pacific for happy hour and 7 p.m. for the presentation Pacific.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, loud, sorry. I just need to talk this out and somebody set me straight. But I love customers. Like, yeah, we love customers. And yes, I think we've become louder with product, but I want team members. So I'm just wondering, like, I don't want to become that person that's like so focused on the product side of it that that's all that we're known for then. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah,
We need more, people sharing the complete story. And Maria talked about that yesterday on Carrie's call. I couldn't agree more. Sean was even saying it. One thing about doing just distributor focused things is you're not going to get it as much, grab. And Eric Worre's taught us that as well. But we have to share the whole story. We have to get back to literally teaching our people, this may or may not be for you, but and then casting the vision. I mean, when we look back to when we were having a good blend of both, there was always more customers, but when we still were getting distributors, it was more of the conversation and the vision, but then here's how you get your return on your investment. We had more of that conversation as well. What else on that? And it's something that we've been talking about on the FAB as well. And actually a lot of our discussion on the FAB in the next 6 minutes, we're going to have to get off here in a sec, is the story, the LifeVantage story.
Why don't we
And-
do something and uplevel your life stories weekly? Like we did the 30-day. Why don't we do 30 days of stories? Like, and not just Master Pro 10s, but people that can relate to people that are Pro 4s. people who turned Pro 3 in the time frame they were supposed to, in the 90 days. Pro 5, what that was like, that went to the summit, how that changed their life and their family story. And not show the opportunity yet, but talk about the opportunity and then get back to that person. Maybe there's more than one story in that 30-minute segment. Maybe there's two people sharing. Kind of like the Flip the Switch was, right? But that in up level your life. I don't know, thought.
Mhm.
Then we could really start putting people in there more.
I just
Are you
get-
guys using the Level Up Your Life at all or no?
Every time
used-
that I use Level Up, I have really great feedback, and I actually have customers in there that have considered the business, and I just haven't closed on them. Like, that's really, I think it's come down to just me, and my focus has been so much on customers lately and getting certain goals. But I'm circling back to them, and it's been a very solid group to put prospective business partners in, and we can all post in there whenever we want to share those
Yeah.
stories. I think that that's huge.
Yeah, and I mean, it's something that we as a team can keep going, things going in there. What I share with you guys in regards to Vitality Living, it's your page, own it. It's the same thing with Level Up, one team's page. So it's our jobs, if we want to own that page, to make it even better, to do that.
Yeah, we should do that. I think it's been very heavy with Rachel, in the initial, because I know she's the one who kind of put it all together. But I think if we all committed to adding in there.
She
Our team.
masterminded, and it was, she's been wanting and wanting and wanting and wanting all of it, but I'm the one that opened the page. And I've told people that. I'm like, you guys, and she's been fine with corporate. The thing with corporate, it would have been done a different way, but corporate, they have to, legal and compliance wise, it's tough. And they're really trying to do it. They really, really are, even on the customer side. But I mean, they got to be crazy, crazy careful with every single post if they're the ones that are posting that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got, a lot of the 10s, well, the 10s and the FAB were supposed to be the admins. I think there's a lot of others, elites and whatnot, that are moderators as well, but not one person has control of it at all.
So if we wanted
it
to go
was-
in there one day, and if we're hiking and just say, hey, just wanted to check in, I've been a part of this. If you've been invited to this group, we're glad you're here. My name's Marisa, and
Yes.
I'm on this hike today, and I'm like, wow, I can do this anytime I want.
Yes.
I've got this incredible
That's exactly
business.
what it's for. Yes. I
Okay.
think we need to do that more. And then I think, like you said, Marisa, is just getting everybody more comfortable. And just an FYI to you guys, Rachel is she is very focused on her own business right now. And she resigned from the FAB about 3 weeks ago.
No, more than that.
Maybe a month ago.
We
Month
gotta get
ago
off
or
those.
something. She resigned from the FAB. She resigned from all of the product and, the different committees. And it's solely because she doesn't want to be distracted. She just wants to focus on her business. So you may have even seen her doing even more on social media and more on whatever. Me as a person, and even I will share it with her, I am not happy about that. I think it's very selfish. I think when you join the FAB or committee, you go there and you do it for the team, you do it for the family, you do it for whatever. I will not share, I say this, you guys are the leaders. I am not impressed at all. And
Wow.
because does the FAB take a lot of time? I mean, if I really wanted to build this sucker, you guys, we spend literally hours every day. You have no idea how much work we spend with FAB and other committees, literally hours. I could do so much more with my business, but it's not about me right now. It's about this company. And so anyway, I wouldn't be worried about her in that group or, this and that. So yeah, we do have to get on our FAB call, but
Okay.
anyway, I wouldn't worry about that. She's just laser focused on being in 10
On
and
her.
staying 10.
On
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
What's new?
So she's very skilled. She knows what she's doing.
Hmm.
But anyway, we do have to go. We can't be late. But I
Right,
just want you to
okay.
know, don't worry.
Thank you.
The page is not just under her. I actually opened it up. We have a ton of admins. And so let's make that page our own.
It's safe. Michelle, I just
Yeah.
want to know it's safe.
It's safe. It's totally safe.
I'll destroy her if it's not safe.
It's totally safe.
Okay.
Totally safe, I promise. Yeah.
I will make her
All right.
life miserable
Yes.
if she does
gotta go to the
anything to
bathroom.
upset you. I'm not a fan.
I'll be in your fan club then.
All right, you guys have an amazing, amazing week. And I am excited to see how Elite Academy goes and then touch base with all of you guys to kick off some really cool stuff between Elite Academy and convention.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.